All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is 4 p.m. West Coast time, 1 p.m. in Hawaii. We're looking at 7 p.m. on the East Coast and 6 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I am Mad Statter. This is Chatter with Statter, and we have got some of the Statterbox crew already in the house saying hello. It looks like Rick is here asking where else would you rather be than with Chatter with Statter. Exactly. All y'all this holiday weekend that has extended into the week. Honestly, I don't really know what day it is today. I'm going to say it's Wednesday because we're here. But between the Saturday, Sunday, fake work Monday, holiday Tuesday, it's just a blur. It's just a blur, baby dolls. All right, so it sounds like we have no tunes, but you know what? We'll have tunes after we have this one. So let's get the party started. Boop. All right, boop, and now boop. Thank you very much, Shock, for making sure the Lono music coming through loud and clear, because had you not mentioned that, fairly certain I wouldn't have noticed, and we would have gone silent for quite some time. So, Rick checking out that YouTube side, he claims everything is looking good, and it looks like he is coming through on the YouTube side fine and dandy. So that makes me very, very happy, because I did not double check the YouTube side today. I was pretty sure things were all set up. I was too busy, unsuccessfully, trying to work with like this new thing over here. Yeah, I don't like what's happening on behind me, but time was running thin and I had to like just throw it out there and just see, let it be, as it were, today. So we are just letting it be. Darlene in the house. Shock definitely home from, I believe, another camp that she went to this week for, I'm going to say, Aikido, but actually I don't really know what the camp was. Some kind of martial art, but Shock has been known to dabble in multiple and assorted martial arts, so I am not going to assume what the camp was without her confirmation. Let's see here. Aikido intensive is what they called it, and at 6 hours a day, I think they are right. Yeah, 6 hours a day. That is, that's quite the workout. So I hope when you got home, you were able to just relax and do nothing. Because after 6 hours a day for a couple days in a row, you deserve to do nothing. And let's see here. Yeah, how many bruises you got there? Hope not too bad. Totally. And right, oh, that's right, Rick. Now she gets to come back to her beautiful home cooking, or rather not her beautiful home cooking, but the home cooking that she gets every day. So there you go. Oh yes, Shock, there you go. You brought a carry out from Mondelez. I saw earlier on your social media today that you were eating some good looking chicken with possibly some good looking coconut cream. I myself am not a coconut cream person on savory stuff, so you'll never have to share that with me. Never, ever. It'll all be good. It'll all be for you. And way to open that door for good food. There you go. Well, we're always going to, I know that you're talking to Shock for that. We're always talking about food here, it seems. So, let's see here. Oh no, Shock. In 3 or 4 hours, you might be developing a black eye, but you're hoping it won't? Yeah, I guess. And then Fabian is 7 feet tall and has long fingers. I'm assuming Fabian was a sparring partner of yours, although I don't know, obviously, but I'm going to assume it's Fabian who is maybe responsible for the potential colorful eye that you might be left with. Yes, indeed. So let's see here. 3 or 4 bruises, and he went poke you in the eye by accident. Oh, God, that just sucks. I assumed it was accidental, because I didn't think that was, like, an official move, so to speak. All right, you guys. So it has been a long weekend of a lot of relaxingness. So much so that I didn't really do a whole lot to prepare. Yeah, Shock. There you go, Rick. Go goth. It's time to do some dark eyeshadow. There you go. You meant to do that. That's exactly it. So what I'm going to do today to start things off is I am going to go back to my time on the islands, and we're going to take a little Oahu drive, and we're going to pretend like we are back on the islands. We're going to pretend that we're hanging out with Miles on Oahu right now, and we're going to be taking a cruise over to Waimanalo. So, how about we take a little Oahu drive, y'all? Boop.
Makela ele o Yesu Iala Iakua Eke kanaka o pio hano hano Kaula na e kawaiwa Pane mai e ka o pio E kuaku mai kai happened to your sister? What have they done to hurt her? Did they cut out her heart? Did they tell her a lie? Was it they made her cry? Will they be back to see her die? Or will they just pass her by? And it's goodbye, California. I'm gonna leave you now. Going where the weather suits my soul. And it's hello, I'm Manalo. I'm coming back to you. Looking for a home with a mountain view. Why Manalo? A lot of relatives over there. Boys, Oahu. And it's goodbye, California. I'm gonna leave now. Going to where the weather suits my soul. And it's hello, I'm Manalo. I'm coming back to you. Looking for a home with a mountain view. I've been here and there and everywhere to northern southern lights. I had your love for women and your dreamless foggy nights. Where's the past like hope? Homeward I am bound. Gather fragrant flowers before it's all been found. And it's goodbye, California. I'm gonna leave you now. Going to where the weather suits my soul. And it's hello, I'm Manalo. I'm coming back to you. Looking for a home with a mountain view. Looking for a homestead mountain view. Why Manalo, coming back to you. Okay.
All right, there we have it. So, yes, indeed, Andre, that did look a little bit less than the lush of the windward side that we're all used to. But if you, let's just pretend that Oahu is a diamond. And let's just say Waikiki is here and Kaneohe is here. This is where we drove the drive. Sorta around here. If I had a map ready, I would have gotten a map up to show you what the route was. Because you know I'm all about the maps. But I didn't think about getting a map. But now that I'm thinking about getting a map, I might have to get the map to show you. Because, you know, that's what happens. Yeah, exactly. And Darlene, yes, indeed, it is a very pretty site. So let's see here. What somebody said something up here though that I wanted to mention, but I cannot find it, so never mind. All right, so we're gonna go back just a little bit. At the very end of the video, when we're coming along the Waimanalo Beach Park and we're driving past it, you might have noticed that there was a ton of tents and what looks like camping. Now, the vast majority of that are people who don't have any housing on the island, mostly Native Hawaiians who have no stable place to live. However, some of those tents are actually like Airbnb glamping sites that people have put up and they rent them out, which I don't know how it's legal because it's a public flipping park. You can't really rent, but they actually like have this service where you can go camping, glamping on the beach at Waimanalo. You'll have your beds and your linens and your everything all catered to. The food will be brought to you, etc., etc. And apparently people like, you know, pay good money to do this, which I find incredibly offensive. For a couple reasons. First off, I don't really know if that's legal to be renting out space in a public park. But second off, like, how tone deaf do you have to be glamping amidst literally a homeless encampment? I mean, I realize that homeless is not the term that Native Hawaiians like to use when they're without housing, because ultimately the island is their home. So they are not homeless. They are without a place to live stably. But for sake of painting a picture, I'm going to be using that term. You're glamping in the middle of a homeless encampment. How flippin' tone deaf is that? I mean, it just, right, Verity, yeah, houselessness. Yes, exactly. So, but yeah, apparently, Pecola Tea, there's one or two tents mixed in those other tents that is actually like a rentable, outable tent. Now, maybe the people who've been doing this got caught, but when I was there, I had a couple locals talking to me about like, and it was Waimanalo Beach was the beach that it happened at. Whether or not it still is happening, I cannot say. But apparently, for a minute, okay, so E-Music coming in with the real deal. The locals made a big stink about those other campers, so the mayor took action, forgot what happened, but in favor of the locals. Okay, so what I just said sounds like currently is not the case. But at some point in the last 5 years, probably 3 years, that is something that happened. And yeah, exactly, Rick. Soapbox and flying fork. I mean, are you flippin' flirpin' kidding me, y'all? It isn't right at all. I mean, and so I'm so glad, E-Music, that you are coming in with the, first off, I'm glad that you are reinforcing what I was told by another local and coming in with the details of how that got resolved. And Darlene, how is it done? I don't know. I don't know how they managed to do it. But for a little while, people were managing to do it. And I mean, I guess, you know, since I don't even know. And so, Andre, that's sick, but that really shows the aloha even in those that have been pushed off their places, that they did not just rob and destroy those tents. Well, now that's a good point. That is a very good point. That very, very good point. And yeah, exactly, Pecola T. Kick out those sickos running tents alongside the homeless folks, houseless folks. Yes, but you know what though? What I wonder is if the people renting, like, the ones that are paying the money to someone, the actual campers who are paying money to go glamping on the beach, I wonder if they had no idea that they would be in the middle of people without homes. Now, obviously, the people who set up the glamping site knew exactly what they were doing. But I have to wonder, did they advertise it? Because my best guess is, if they advertise it, hey, come sleep with people who don't have homes, they probably wouldn't get a whole lot of takers. Like, I have to wonder how many people walked up and was just like, oh, look at all these glampers, and then just realized, oh no, we're the oh, this isn't what, oh, this is awkward. Like, I mean, I do have to wonder, you know, how many people didn't know. I mean, I don't know if they knew or not. I don't know how it was advertised, right? But I'm going to assume, I mean, let's get real for a minute, right? I would like to give the renters the benefit of the doubt. I mean, because why would they choose to, right? But you know, I don't know. Because I obviously it's not still happening, and I was not the person who was renting them out, so I don't know how that worked. And let's see here, Rick, they set up camp on the state road ROWs right-of-ways and not in the parks. Oh, so the police can't move them. Okay. And Colty, right, you don't blame the renters, it's the landlords taking advantage, for sure. Hey there, Gina, good to see you. And let's see here, Andre. Well, yeah, you're camping in campgrounds. Like, you are knowingly bringing your own tent to go camping in the campground, right? It's one thing to be a legit camper, but generally glampers, they're not camping. They're the ones who, like, rent out. They pay everybody else to set up their stuff, and then they go and they have their, you know, queen-sized bed in this, you know, huge pop-up tent that's, you know, not really portable type of thing. You know, it's glamping. It's glamorous camping. You, on the other hand, you're just camping. And, let's see here. Rick, no thanks. My idea of running water is not at the park bathroom building. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But I suppose, though, you know, if you are glamping, you do expect not to have water at your site. That being said, I'm not going to fly to Hawaii to go camping and not have water access. I can go camping in lots of pretty places in my own neck of the woods. My own neck of the woods has way more camping than, you know, than the whole island of Hawaii, or excuse me, the whole island of Oahu combined. So I don't need to go to Hawaii or Oahu or on any island. I don't need to go there to go camping. And yeah, some of the campground bathrooms are really nice, actually. The one that I went to, I think it's the Kualoa State Park or whatever. Their bathroom definitely worse for the wear. It old. But I could see, like, at one point they tried to do a nice thing there. You know, there's showers and there's this, that, and the other thing. So, shoot, Darlene, yeah, you don't... Darlene, of all people, you don't need to go to Hawaii to go camping. You got yourself a campground up in northern Wisconsin. By the way, when you and Rick weren't here the other day, I did show that series of videos that you sent. The rock dam campground, the swing, the bar and grill, the whole nine. So everyone got to... Well, okay, I can't speak for everyone. Everyone that you're looking at on the screen got really jealous. Other people might have gotten jealous too, but everyone here got really jealous because that lake looks super nice. Hey, Pussycat, good to see you. Good to see you, Mr. Florida man. And yeah, Darlene, you've seen nice and not so nice bathrooms, as we all have, I believe. Yes. And let's see here. Andre, you love hanging out at the pavilions and the campgrounds. Locals would come and play music and drink beer. It was like a show at the campground. Yeah, that makes sense. And Rick, no running water, especially when they lock up the park buildings after 9 or 10. Yeah, if they're not meant as campgrounds, then that is exactly what they do. And let's see here. E-Music, no, you didn't get to see it because Rick and Darlene were visiting. And Rick, you missed the tour. Well, I can show it later. I don't have it loaded up right now. But we can show you, we can rerun it. I mean, it's only like a 3-minute long video. And Pussycat, what is up tonight? Good question. A whole lot of not much of anything is what I've got planned for all y'all today. So this is the kind of show where the chatter can scatter in all sorts of directions, because while I do have some random videos, we've got really no plan of action happening here. Unlike the last stream where I had a whole plan of action, this stream I have no plan of action. So, you know, that's just how that works. And let's see here. Shock, you camped in state parks with walks down the gravel road to the baths and slept on tree roots and pebbles under the tent fabric. Yeah, see, no. Yeah, see, no. I've always got, ever since I was a little kid, man, I always have to have a little pad underneath my sleeping bag. Gotta have the little insulation, the little foam. Even if it's the tiniest bit of foam, gotta have the foamies. And, yeah, exactly, couldn't do that today. No flipping way. Every stick, every pine cone, every pebble would keep me up. And C Honda, so good to see you here on the YouTube side. And let's see here. Like I said, C Honda, we've got nothing much planned today. So get ready for a whole bunch of whatever. But I do want to remind you, even though we haven't had a couple days prior to the Daily Pigeon Live, it is Wednesday today, you guys. And Wednesday, from what I understand and from what I remember, is Ice Cream Wednesday on the Daily Pigeon Live podcast. So if you don't have any ice cream right now, after this particular stream is over, you're going to have about a half an hour to go run to the store and grab yourself a popsicle or a fudgesicle or an ice cream bar, or maybe even an ice cream carton, case, pint, whatever. And it looks like Biddy Beth just subscribed. Thanks to Andre. Thank you so much, Andre, for that gift sub. And Shock, you already ate your ice cream, homemade raspberry. That's not fair. That's not fair. You didn't bring enough to share with the class, Shock. Homemade raspberry ice cream. You didn't bring enough to share with me. You didn't bring enough to share nothing. I know, Picola Tea, exactly. Drooling at the thought of raspberry ice cream. That sounds so flippin' good. And, I need to fly over there. You get plenty. Awesome. And let's see here. Andre, you bought ice cream in Burien, but didn't even finish it. And you had to throw it away. That's kind of abusive to your ice cream, but that's okay. You're corrected. They were NASA Flightline blackberries. Did you know the only thing better than raspberries is blackberries? Oh, yum. And Rick, all right, you got the ice, no cream, and it's going into your Jack Daniels. And Pussycat, it is hot. It is, in fact, you guys, I hope you don't hear it, but it is so hot right now here in Seattle that I actually have my air conditioning running. And it's been so long since I turned my air conditioner on that I guess I forgot how it worked, right? So this morning, I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and it was just hot in my house. And I knew that it was only going to get... Oh, good, e-music, you can't. Excellent, I love that, that you can't hear the AC. Good. So I thought I turned the AC on at like 5 o'clock this morning, right? Rick, it's a heat pump, so I guess it's sort of central. Well, it's a ductless heat pump, so it's neither central nor window, but I guess it's closer to central than a window unit. It's quite quiet. It's quite lovely. I love it when I understand and remember how to use it. So 5 o'clock this morning, I wake up. My house is like 75 degrees. It's too hot. I know it's not going to get any cooler. If it's already 75 at 5 a.m., the house is not going to get any cooler. So I decided to turn the air conditioner on. So I turned the air conditioner on to like 68 degrees because I wanted to boost it cold and then I would turn it back up, And so I go back to bed. And I wake up a few hours later and I'm just sweating. And I go and I look and my house is just getting hotter and hotter. And I'm looking at my little air conditioner unit, like how to program it and stuff. And I'm like, well, it says 67. Like, how can I, what? I was... Yeah, Rick, how'd you get it? Rick, have you made this mistake before? Heat pump was set to heat. Yeah. So it was just heating my house all up to 67 degrees, which isn't very much, but in an already hot house, it was just bumping the heat. And so finally I realized, oh, wait. Oh, it's on the little hot symbol, not the icicle symbol. I need to switch it to the icicle symbol to do what I need to do. And so now my house is beautiful. It's like 70 degrees in here and it's wonderful. But, yeah. Yeah, you know, Rick, heat is cheaper in the summertime. In fact, had I left my heater alone, the heat would be still for free in the summertime. But, yeah. Now, Pussycat, your heat index is at 112 today because of the humidity. Okay. Seattle, or where I'm at, is like at 87 to 89. So, clearly, you win. But for a little damp, mossy Pacific Northwest girl, 90 degrees is nothing to sneeze at, right? I mean, it can get me a sunburn. And if I go outside. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. All right, so yesterday, as you guys know, and let's see here, Andre, it's hotter in Seattle than the majority of the San Francisco Bay Area today. Doesn't really surprise me, especially not the San Francisco part. I know that like East Bay can get way warmer than San Francisco, so I'm kind of surprised that we're warmer than that, but not really, because it is hot today, y'all. And Gina, exactly, it's 90. You turned on the air conditioner last Saturday because that's what needs to happen. As long as you turn on the air conditioner, not the heater, like some people might not turn on their air conditioner. Some people might choose to turn on their heater instead. Or they don't choose to turn on their heater. They just turn on their heater anyway. Some people. I don't know who they are. Just some people. Might happen. Yeah, exactly, Andre. It's usually in the 90s inland, but not today. Okay, awesome. And then, Shock, it's been in the upper 80s in DC, and the dojo doesn't have air conditioning. Well, now, Shock, I know that you're going to disregard what I'm about to say, but find a new dojo. Oh, good God. Find a new dojo. Okay, so Rick and Verity Hunt back on the ice cream topic. Okay, you guys, I was talking about this at the bar the other night, and we kind of all of us at the bar were making up delicious flavors. Here's the deal, you guys. Okay, so yeah, exactly. Shock says I'm gonna disregard that instruction. So does anybody remember? And I'm sure you do, right? Vanilla ice cream with a fudge swirl, like fudge ripple ice cream. I used to love fudge ripple ice cream as a kid, and honestly, I can't find it anymore. Like, do they not make it? I've found some, brands that have like a fudge ripple in them, but then they've got other stuff too, and it's like, no, I just want the plain and simple vanilla fudge ripple. And I'm not talking about like chunks of chocolate chips. I'm talking about the liquidy fudge stuff that rippled through. Because I don't like the hard chocolate. I like the soft fudgy fudge, right? Okay, so Andre remembers. I can't find it. If anybody can find it, let me know. But what I was thinking is, and perhaps this is what the raspberry ice cream is like that you've got, Shock. I was thinking, wouldn't it be awesome to have a vanilla ice cream with a blackberry ripple, jammy ripple through it? I would eat that in a heartbeat. And then I got to thinking, wait, wouldn't it be awesome to have like a chocolate ice cream with like a raspberry ripple, a raspberry, raspberry ripple, raspberry jam sort of streaking through it, right? And yes, exactly, Steve Honda. Wasn't it in those little tiny cups with a wooden spoon. Yes, you could actually, I remember being able to get it in bigger containers as well. But yes, it's the little tiny cups. It was either fudge ripple or vanilla and sherbet, right? But orange sherbet vanilla. Those were like the little cups. Yeah, those were the cups. And okay, Picola tea, homemade Mary and Barrel Ripple, perhaps? Yes. And by the way, did I mention yes? See, there we go. And okay, now Andre, here you're taking this to a whole other level, taking the cookies and cream concept to a fruity cookie instead of a chocolatey cookie, a raspberry Pims cookie and ice cream. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I would feel about the cookie being mixed in there. But I like the idea. I feel like if it were a slightly different kind of cookie than the kind of cookie that, well, you know what? Those cookies are pretty good, actually. Yeah, I don't know. We should try that. So, yes, and let's see here. So, wait, hold on. Okay, Darlene or vanilla ice cream with homemade berry sauce over the top. Well, that's going to be the next, that would be the homemade version, right? But I'm talking like commercially made. These are the flavors of my dream book, right? I want a chocolate ice cream with a raspberry ripple. I want a vanilla ice cream with a blackberry ripple. And then what I really think would be yummy is a vanilla ice cream with a fudge ripple and a blackberry ripple. I know, we're going crazy, right? I mean, and it sounds like something that Ben & Jerry's would be all over, except for Ben & Jerry's isn't really into that. Ben & Jerry's likes the chunky stuff. They like the textures, which is fine. That's great. I'm just about the swirls, man. So I wonder if I should maybe start a line of ice cream, just all about the swirls, man. Yes, jam is good on ice cream. All sorts of jam is good on ice cream. And not only jam, I've already mentioned this before, but in case all y'all weren't here when I mentioned it, I will mention it again. What is super good on vanilla ice cream? Probably chocolate too, but I've only had it on vanilla. Flippin' cranberry sauce. Because you know how cranberry sauce is like kind of tart? And then the vanilla ice cream is kind of sweet and kind of creamy. And so if you have never had, now I've only had it with homemade cranberry sauce, and the kind that's squished, not the whole berry kind, but the kind that's squished. I haven't tried the canned version, but I don't see why the canned version would be any worse. I still think the flavor profile would be delicious. And what? Gina, no. Gina, you've had cranberry sauce in oatmeal. I'm sure it was good. I have no doubt it was good. Yum. So, okay, there we go. Yum, yum, yum. And Picola tea, yes, now you've got a use for that leftover crayon sauce at Thanksgiving. You can be the canned cranberry sauce guinea pig for this combination. Because I'm telling you, the homemade cranberry sauce with the ice cream is delicious. But it really, the only difference I would think between the canned cranberry on ice cream versus the homemade ice cream would be a textural thing. And ultimately, I don't think the texture would ruin the experience at all. So yeah, there we go. And Shock, I am so happy to hear that you are officially at peace at your house. Coco is sharpening her beak and the dog is snoring. I had a feeling that your animals would come to a balance, and I'm just so happy that it has found the balance. But hold on, wait. Andre, you just found out that in South during Jim Crow some parts of the South will not sell vanilla ice cream to black people, so they made butter pecans so they could enjoy some ice cream? What in the name of white nonsense are you telling me? So, wait a second here. What? All right, so hold on. Who is it that decided to make butter pecan? The black people who were like, okay, well, if we can't have vanilla ice cream, I guess we'll just make a better flavor. Or was it the white people who were like, no, you can't have our crappy plain stuff. We're going to make something better for you. I mean, what? What? I'm not arguing that happened. I am not at all surprised that it happened. No, I am surprised that no, I'm not surprised. I'd rather have butter pecan than vanilla, frankly. Just saying. But like, what? What? And so Rick, checking the freezer, 2 Klondike bars. I wonder what Darlene S. is going to be having. You better leave her one there, Rick. What would you do? What would she do if you steal one of her Klondike bars? That's the real question. It's not what would you do for a Klondike bar. What would she do if you stole one of her Klondike bars? That's the question. And Darlene, you love butter pecan. One of your faves is what you had at Leon's Custard with Shaganan. Yum, yum. And let's see here. Andre, yep, I do like butter pecan better than just plain vanilla. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. And then, yeah, everybody loves the butter pecan. And then any recipe, Pussycat says, is better with Hershey syrup on top. That is true, but I prefer... Hershey syrup is good, but I actually prefer, like, what is it? The Mrs. Richardson's, like, the hot fudge. You know, the thick fudge that you need to, like, warm up. Otherwise, it's too thick. That hot fudge is so flippin'... I could eat it right out of the jar, which is why I don't have stuff like that in my house, because I could and I would eat it right out of the jar. And Cola tea freezer has orange dreamsicles, yum, and chocolate magnum ice cream. So naughty, yum. What to do? I don't know. You might have to have an orange dreamsicle as an appetizer, and then the chocolate magnut as the finisher. Yeah, and Darlene come in, maybe a little bit of both. There you go. Yeah, hot fudge is the bomb, Pussycat. Hot fudge is the bomb. You know what, though? Butter pecan is good, but I think I like pralines and cream even better. And for some reason, and I don't know why I thought this, but I did think this. For some reason, I thought that butter pecan and pralines and cream were the same flavor. Just different ice cream companies called it different titles. But as it turns out, no, they're not the same. Because I actually bought a little carton of each to like do a taste test. And no, they're not the same. Darlene, you've never had pralines and cream? Oh, it's just divine. It was my mom's favorite flavor at Baskin and Robbins. Now, I'm sure that a million other brands of pralines and cream could taste better. But for me, the Baskin and Robbins version of pralines and cream is like the gold standard. I'm not suggesting that it's the best. I'm just saying it's, from my historical palate preference, it is the gold standard. And Andre, I just love pralines in general. Yeah, there is that. And Darlene, yeah, basically what pralines and cream kind of is it's crushed up pralines or pralines, however you say it, in vanilla ice cream, but there's a sort of a caramely swirl in with it. Not a lot, and maybe it's not even caramel, maybe it's butterscotch. It's some kind of syrupy something. But basically it's crushed up pralines in vanilla ice cream. And I know that Baskin and Robbins is very hard to find outside of malls. You know, there's very few standalone or whatever. But pralines and cream, Baskin and Robbins is usually, if you can get Baskin and Robbins ice cream in your grocery stores, because some grocery stores do carry the pints, pralines and cream is almost always going to be part of that lineup. I believe that it's one of the standard 31 flavors that is always in stock for Baskin and Robbins, you know, because they have, you know, the 31 flavors is, I think, the 31 standards, and then they have extra and stuff like that. So yeah, exactly, Andre. Baskin and Robbins, totally nostalgic because they basically hardly exist anymore. But let's see here. Let's see if I missed any. Oh, here we go. Option. You always liked cookie dough ice cream and gold medal ribbon. Darn lactose. As a kid, the gold medal ribbon was always a part of the Baskin Robbins lineup, and it never really caught my eye. As an adult, I decided one day to try it. Where has it been all my life? I mean, it's been within arm's reach my whole life. That is so good. If you guys have never tried Gold Medal Ribbon by Baskin & Robbins, I suggest you give it a whirl. It is a mundane combo of flavors that is just beautiful. I think it's like chocolate, vanilla, and caramel, basically, and you can't really go wrong with that. Is it a swirl? A swirl? Yeah, well, in pralines and cream, there is a little bit of a swirl. And okay, so let's see here. Pussycat, a man after my own heart. I'll take chocolate ice cream, add Hershey syrup, and chocolate chips. There you have it. There you have it. Oh, Darlene. Okay, so Darlene is kind of changing the subject here, but she's not meaning to change the subject here, but it's okay because it's an important subject to talk about. Buc-ee's is opening a store in Wisconsin. It was on the news, and you saw a sign on the freeway when you drove home from up north. Do you know, like, is it gonna... Let's calm down, shall we? Shall we? Oh, no. Oh, the gold medal ribbon. Shock, you're asking, is it swirly? No, it's... I think the caramel is a swirl, but it's... I don't even remember. Option, help. What is gold medal ribbon? I just remember when I ate it, it was like, where have you been all my life? Why did it take me so long? Why? And so, let's see. And Andre, you remember loving that flavor of pink bubblegum just because it was so not like any ice cream, and as a kid you always got to go out of your way to get it. Oh god, that is so funny. That pink bubblegum ice cream to me was so gross. I tried it once. The flavor was gross, and then the little pieces of gum pissed me off because they were so frozen you couldn't even chew them like gum. And so many kids loved that bubblegum ice cream. I really was the outlier. You and everybody else in the world of our age back in the day loved that stuff. But yeah, no, I was just, I just remember, I do remember trying it once as a kid and just being really pissed off at the gum pieces in it and how I couldn't chew them. But you know, and then, okay, Darlene, you're reading my mind. I wasn't able to get the words out, but it's not going to be too far away. Within driving distance for sure. Excellent. Shock. I know. Isn't it amazing that I actually have an opinion on something? No. And, Gina, you only liked soft serve growing up. You think it was a texture thing. Okay, I can totally appreciate that. I, to this day, prefer soft serve over hard serve, or whatever they call it. And I generally, if I'm at my house, or if I have it in a bowl, even when I'm out, I'll, like, stir it up to get it that soft serve texture. But, I can handle the hard serve texture, as it were. And, Cindy Krause, so good to see you. Right now we're talking about various and assorted ice cream, pralines and cream, or maybe it's pralines and cream. Let's see here, the bubblegum flavor, the gold caramel, what was it, gold medal ribbon from Baskin and Robbins. Let's see here, what else? We've got, soft serve versus not soft serve. And yes, Andre, gelato is always kind of soft, which is one reason why I do enjoy the gelato a lot. When I was in Hawaii as a kid, the Dairy Queens there had soft serve cones in both the vanilla flavor and chocolate ice cream soft serve flavor. The chocolate one was always what I would get when we went to the Dairy Queens. And imagine my surprise, my utter disenchantment. We moved to the States, to the continental United States, and so we go through the local Dairy Queen, and I ask for a chocolate soft serve because that's what you order. Do you know what they gave me? They gave me a vanilla cone dipped in chocolate. The hard chocolate shell. The chocolate dip grossness. I hate Magic Shell. I've always hated Magic Shell. I know that Andy Bumatai is a huge fan of Magic Shell. I hate Magic Shell. I've never liked it. Even as a kid, yes, that's right. Fat kids actually don't like everything that's sweet and ice creamy. And gosh darn it, I was so bummed. And I get this thing and I'm like, this isn't what I wanted. And my mom knew that that was not what I wanted. So she's like, no, we want chocolate ice cream. And it was quite a few minutes of very confused talk between the clerk and my mom before it finally was revealed to us that there's no such thing as chocolate soft serve ice cream at Dairy Queen, at that particular Dairy Queen. So, so I got to pick off the chocolate shell and I just ate the vanilla. So tough being a kid. Pussycat, sometimes you like sherbet, orange or lime. I honestly don't know if I've ever had lime sherbet by itself. I've had lime sherbet in the rainbow sherbet combo, but I don't know if I've had lime by itself. But as a little kid, orange sherbet was actually, when we went to Baskin & Robbins, orange sherbet was usually 9 times out of 10 what I ended up getting. For sure. But here, way up in the top of stuff, I noticed, there we go, Picola tea. We're talking about pralines again, or pralines, whatever. Picola tea coming in. I recall learning in Nolans that pralines were invented by former slaves. Now it's an iconic treat there, sold in shops everywhere, some with demo kitchens. Yum, samples. Yum, I agree, but Picola tea, I was hoping in that little bit of wisdom that you were sharing, I was hoping you could give me a definitive answer. Pralines? Pralines? Still don't know. And, Andre, lemon sorbet is so good on a hot day. Dude, on a super hot day, lemon sorbet with vanilla wafers. Oh my god, you guys. Vanilla wafers with lemon sorbet is the way to go. And Picola tea, they say pralines in Nolans. That doesn't surprise me. If they say Nolans is Nolans, praline seems logical. So I'll have to work on that. Gina, you had matcha ice cream for the first time last week. So tell me about that experience. I'm not really a fan of matcha. It's kind of bitter and dry tasting. Shock, you're not a fan. Yeah, I'm not. I see all this matcha flavored everything and it's just like, am I confused about what that taste is? Because to me it's like dry, bitter, not really grass, but not really not grass. And I don't mean the grass like Pakalolo, I mean like lawn. Yeah. And Pussycat, what kind of cookies does she put in the vanilla ice cream? Does she put in vanilla wafers, or does she put in like Oreos, you know, the traditional original cookies and cream? And shock, yeah, matcha is very fashionable. And like high heels, they will suffer for appearances. I would like to think that some people actually like it. I mean, some people claim to like it. I want to take them at their word. Shouldn't I take them at their word? It's really hard to take them at their word. And yeah, exactly, Darlene. You like matcha tea. I don't think I'd like it in ice cream. Precisely. It just sort of seems like... Yeah. Vanilla fingers, says Pussycat. Now, vanilla fingers, okay. Are those like lady fingers? Yes, my kitty is... She's trying to get attentions, but she's just outside of the camera reach. And so, vanilla fingers, Pussycat, are those wafer cookies that are vanilla, or vanilla fingers the same thing as lady fingers? We'll sit here patiently while we wait for you. By Keebler. Vanilla finger. Keebler. I'm writing this down. I'm not writing it down yet, but I will be writing it down. I'm just looking for things and stuff. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I gotta write down some choke messages. So we got Keebler. Vanilla fingers. All right, I'll have to look at those because I don't think I've ever heard of vanilla fingers. But I have to say, Pussycat, vanilla with vanilla? Sounds a little vanilla to me. And Darlene, yes, I remember the video that Photo Luke put out, and Cheryl had matcha ice cream and also cherry blossom and said it was delicious. I agree that they did say that. I agree that they did say that. But, I don't think I would like it. And yeah, Picola tea, I see matcha KitKats all over the place. No, that's not true. I see the matcha KitKats at every Asian store. And I look at it and it's like, I just don't see how that would be tasty. But Kit Kat, though, I mean, they really have a ton of flavors. I saw a Kit Kat at the grocery store the other day that was a churros flavor, and I bought it, and it was edible. I mean, it took me a couple days to eat one packet, which should tell you how edible it was. It was edible. it was edible. And you had sakura cheesecake. It was good. See, the cherry blossoms, I'm very hesitant to try cherry blossom flavor anything. I enjoy the scent of cherry blossoms, but I don't enjoy any type of floral component to my food. Sometimes fake peach flavor has a perfumey essence to it that's too much for me. Anything that's flavored with rose water or lavender water, it just does not hit my palate right. And so I'm very hesitant about the sakura flavored anything because it's a flower, right? I mean, it doesn't taste like cherry. It tastes like a flower, right? Or am I wrong? Because if I'm wrong, then by all means, I would love to try it. Now, the yuzu cheesecake, I'm all over yuzu. Yuzu is like like everything that's wrong with lemon got fixed by yuzu as far as I'm concerned. Yuzu is the most delicious, sour, oh, I love yuzu. And a yuzu cheesecake, that sounds like a dream cake. Okay, so Andre, you're saying it did not taste like flour. So what does it taste like? Because that's what I'm afraid of with the sakura stuff. It's past the season now, but earlier this year, even in Seattle, there was sakura flavored. There's places that were serving drinks and things that were whatever. And then honeysuckles don't taste like flower either. Yeah, I guess I've never had a honey. I don't think I've ever had honeysuckle flavored anything, so I have no idea. And Picola tea, you spent way too much money on different KitKat flavors in Japan to bring home. Meh, blah. I know, see, and that is what I think I would probably do too, is buy like all the flavors, and then like out of 50 flavors, there'd be like 3 that were edible, because the rest of them were just like, oh, why did I bother? Why did I eat that? What? Get it off my tongue. Get it off my tongue. Andre, it was a more cherry flavor. Maybe they lied and made it like that. Okay, well, you know, the funny thing is, I'm not a big fan of artificial cherry flavor either, so I just don't know. And Andre, no, I've never eaten the nectar out of a honeysuckle. No. Nope. And yeah, Picola tea, exactly. The KitKat packaging was more fun than the actual taste. Absolutely. And option, I don't think, I'd be willing to bet that there's not wasabi ice cream, mostly just because wasabi is not that easy to come by, like real wasabi. But I wouldn't be surprised if somebody does decide to do that, because here's the deal, dude. They're making like macaroni and cheese flavored ice cream. They're making ranch flavored ice cream. And I will tell you right now, I do not like spicy food, and wasabi scares me. I would eat wasabi ice cream before ranch ice cream any day of the week. And I'm not saying I'd like either of them, but I can tell you right now, give me that wasabi before you give me the ranch ice cream. Ranch ice cream, who decided to waste their money and make that? That's just the grossest sounding ice cream ever. And Cindy Krause loved coffee ice cream with chocolate sauce. That is a flavor combo made in heaven for ice cream. There is no two ways about it. But oh my God, wait, hold on. Whoa, I just missed this. Pussycat, you had a peanut butter cream cheese cupcake with a little graham cracker cookie on the bottom of the cupcake. Pussycat, you didn't bring enough for the class. Next time, Pussycat, I expect you to bring enough to share. Okay? Because I want 5 of them. What you just had, I want 5. So you're going to need to order 6 so you can have 1. And then I'm going to have the other 5. Okay? Okay. And, let's see here. Picola tea. You had lobster ice cream once in Maine. First off, not shocked that it was in Maine. Gross. Please, can I wash my tongue? Kind of gross. Absolutely. And yeah, Andre, exactly. Most wasabi out here is just horseradish dyed green. Right, exactly. You don't get the real deal out here. And, oh, Pussycat, you're teasing me. You've got more cupcakes. That's not fair. All right, you guys. I've almost got the kitty in frame. Let's see if we can do it. See if I can trick her. Hold on. Come here. Yeah, here we go. Yep, here we go. That's my little lashes. Yeah. You're on TV. You're on the interwebs. Everybody loves you. But she doesn't love you. Sorry, you guys. She doesn't love me. She doesn't love you. She doesn't love anybody now. Now she's way over there. She's all offended. Pinot, you just like vanilla ice cream best? I don't like vanilla ice cream best. However, a good texture ice cream with that strong, like, French vanilla bean action going on in there, the eggy richness of it, there is nothing like a good French vanilla. I mean, it is out of this world French. Like, you can just plain old vanilla whateverness, but like the hoity-toity deluxe operational French vanilla bean and the whateverness. Yeah. Vanilla can sometimes really bring it home. Totally. And let's see here. Yes, C Honda, that is Ashes. In fact, I really need to get a picture of Ashes and her brother next to each other right now, because Dusty, I was looking at him last night, and ultimately he is so sun-bleached that he actually looks like a dark orange cat. I mean, like a really dark, deep orange, to the point where it's almost brown, but it's still so red that it's actually orange. He looks like he's got this, his face is still black, but the rest of his body is just deep orange, and then his legs and his tail are black. So he's like this weird looking Siamese color combo that doesn't really exist. But he's just so orange, and Ashes is still very black. And so even though they are both black cats, right now they are not both black cats. Yeah, well, Pinnell, not all black cats turn orange from the sun. She does not. She seems to have the magic of just staying black. But yeah, Dusty is all about, he has got the highlights, the summer highlights in his hair. He has been bleached by the sun. He is the orange sun god of the backyard at this point. And Cindy Krause, he made peppermint ice cream once, add fudge sauce. I don't like mint. I don't like the green mint ice cream, but peppermint ice cream is a little bit different than green mint ice cream, and I don't mind that as much. But with hot fudge, well, you know what? With hot fudge, I'd probably eat matcha ice cream, actually, because hot fudge just makes everything better. But hot fudge on a peppermint ice cream, that sounds really flippin' good. Really flippin' good. And I don't know if Brian came in. It looks like people are saying hi, but I did not see our JBCP23. Oh, here we go. JBCP13. How's it? Good to see you. And Pocoti, yes, Dusty has the kitty balayage fur. Totally. So let's see here. Andre, Oakland has some fame because of being the city that invented Rocky Road ice cream. I would say that Oakland's famous for a lot of things, but as far as being the inventor for Rocky Road ice cream, that is a banner they should fly first forward in the parade. That is something to be very proud of. Rocky Road ice cream is one of the classic flavors that has lasted, well, it's lasted longer than Fudge Ripple. And I've missed my Fudge Ripple, but I can at least still find my Rocky Road. And when it comes to Rocky Road, y'all, a quick survey. Do you like the tiny marshmallows in the Rocky Road, or do you like the marshmallow swirl in the Rocky Road? Now, as much as I have been claiming to love the swirls, when it comes to the marshmallows, nay. I like the little marshmallows. Way better than the marshmallow swirl. And Brian, real Kahlua and cream is your favorite. That's so cute. Well, it is Ice Cream Wednesday for the Daily Pigeon Live podcast, which is how we got started talking about all of the ice cream flavors. So, I don't know if you've got a White Russian ice cream, or if you're going to make a White Russian ice cream, or if you're just going to drink Kahlua and cream and pretend it's ice cream. Because as long as it's over ice and it's got cream, well, it's iced cream, right? Right. But that's what we're doing today. We are talking about the all of the ice cream, because it is Ice Cream Wednesday. And okay, cool. All of you got good to know. I'm very proud of the Statibox crew. Andre likes the tiny marshmallows. Gina likes the tiny marshmallows. Excellent. We have good taste here. Give us all a round of applause. Darlene, you just never were a fan of marshmallows. Yeah, I normally I'm not a fan of marshmallows either, but the tiny little ones in the Rocky Road with the texture of it, it just worked. And so let's see here. Wait, Cindy says one time 31 Flavors made birthday ribbon ice cream, vanilla with fudge and mint swirled in it. So wonderful. How do you swirl a mint? Like what? Cindy, explain to me like the... Okay, so a fudge swirl, I get it. But what... How do you... What... How does a mint swirl happen? Is it like a chocolate mint swirl? How does that happen? And let's see here. And okay, Brian, we were just talking. Baskin and Robbins got you hooked as a kid. Your mom would just keep a bottle to put on quality vanilla or to pralines and cream. Pralines and cream ice cream. We were talking about that earlier. And yeah, Baskin and Robbins pralines and cream, very good. My mom loved Kahlua and cream. I don't think she ever put Kahlua on top of her pralines and cream. And frankly, I wish she were still alive because she needs to try that flavor. Obviously she can't, but she needed to try that flavor. And Picola Tea, heck yes, I remember Farrell's or Farrelli's or Farrell's ice cream parlors. That was absolutely the dream birthday place for kids back in the day. Yeah, we used to go there for birthdays and on the last day of school. Sometimes when I was a kid, my mom would take us on the last day of school. She would drive us out to the Tacoma Mall, which was like an hour away. And Farrell's was at the Tacoma Mall, and we would get ice cream sundaes there. But then eventually that got to be too much of a drive. So then we would only get ice cream sundaes at Dairy Queen in town. But yes, it was the big mall. It was the big mall, Brian. Back in the 70s, we didn't have a mall in my town until like 1986 or something. And so prior to that, if you wanted to go to JCPenney's or Sears or the Bon Marché, which by the way, the Bon Marché doesn't exist anymore. It's been bought out by Macy's, but whatever, same diff. You had to go to Tacoma. It was the big city, man. It was the big city. Okay, Cindy. I didn't realize that Baskin and Robbins made a mint fudge. So that was what was swirled. Okay, that makes total sense. Total sense. And then let's see here. Brian, your buddy makes, let's see, where did it go? Marshmallow shot cups and fills them with Baileys when camping. That sounds tasty. That sounds very tasty. So let's see here. All right, so Brian and Andre talking about the whole Black Russian versus White Russian situation. Gosh, honestly, I never thought that Black Russians referred to skin color. I always thought it was hair color that they were referring to. There was, the blonde Russians and then the brunette Russians, and they were from, I don't know. Russian history, I didn't ever pay too much attention to. But right, yes, exactly. I knew exactly, Brian, I knew what you're talking about. Yes, you roast the marshmallow, you pull out the center, thus making a cup. I would 100,000% drink that every day. Every day. And let's see here. Picola Tea, Tacoma Mall was the biggest indoor mall that your 17-year-old eyes had ever seen. Yeah, I mean, it was a big deal to go to the Tacoma Mall back in the day. I mean, now the Tacoma Mall is, malls in general are just falling out of favor. But I remember they had a Hello Kitty store in the Tacoma Mall that, as far as I was concerned, my mom could go shop wherever, and she just dropped me off in the Hello Kitty store. I would stay there the whole time, just looking at Hello Kitty stuff. I wasn't a big Hello Kitty collector, but as regards to like being a little kid in the mall. Like, this is clearly a store that caters to my age bracket, so I'm content just to be here while you go there. Of course, that is not how my mom did it. You know, who is going to leave their 7-year-old daughter alone in the Hello Kitty store in the big city mall while you go to, you know, JCPenney? But she could have, as far as I'm concerned. She could have. And so, you know, and yes, and oh, that's right, Faculty. They had the Hillshire Farm kiosks giving sausage samples away. They absolutely did. And yeah, and Brian, I miss Sears and JCPenney too. I don't miss JCPenney that much. I do miss Sears though, because Sears was, I mean, they had, what other store in the mall do you get a new car battery, a new set of shoes, a pair of slacks, a tool a set of wrenches, and a refrigerator? I mean, well, where else would you go but Sears? Sears has all of those things. But quality, first off, Walmart isn't in a lot of malls. I mean, maybe they are now, but they weren't then. And second off, Walmart didn't exist in my part of the country until I was in my 20s. So, Walmart, it wasn't, I mean, yes, you can get it now. Fred Meyer, you can actually get all those things too, now that I think about it. No, you can't get the tires at Fred Meyer. But anyway, but yeah, but on the West Coast, Walmart didn't really, you know, didn't make inroads here until at least the 90s. And yes, Craftsman is still alive. It's its own brand. That is true, Brian, but I still, you know, I miss the Sears. I just miss the Sears. That's all I'm saying. And Brian, JCPenney was the largest seller of cotton goods in the U.S. at one point. Interesting. And you got all your 501s at JCPenney's, right? That makes sense. Does anybody else, I don't know if this was a local store or if this was a chain, but does anybody else remember a store called Lamont's? They were basically, you know, a clothing department store. Like I said, it might just be a local mall chain. But okay, so Picola Tea, I knew you would remember Lamont's. But I'm just wondering, was Lamont's just a West Coast thing, or So Verity is asking, did you guys have white front up north there? No, I don't even know what. No, I don't know what is white front. Was this another like a mall department store that was regional, or and Gottschalk was also a regional department store. I think that Gottschalk's is around here these days. I feel like I've seen them. But like Gottschalk's and Kohl's, which are apparently very well-known stores. I've never been to either of them. I hear Kohl's is cool. I don't. I've never been. And so, Andre, you'd never heard of Lamont's. Let's see. And so, okay, so white front was like Target. Got it. Okay. Yeah, well, you know, Target and Walmart are pretty much, I think, the winners of that style of store these days. We had a local one called Fred Meyer that eventually got bought up by Kroger, and Fred Meyer still exists, but they're not nearly as prolific as the Targets and the Walmarts of the world. And I know that when my first job was at Target, and I know that when I went through my orientation at Target back in the day, they made it very clear that their market competitors were Kmart and Walmart. And Walmart hadn't reached our neck of the woods yet, so that was kind of a moot point. And Pecola tea, exactly. And Fred Meyer isn't the same since the buyout. Oh yeah, and then the other one that they recognized as a competitor was the Fred Meyer store. But Target wasn't too concerned about Fred Meyer because Fred Meyer was so locally based, not nationwide, unlike Walmart and Kmart. Obviously, Kmart has since gone to the wayside. I think there might still be some around, but they're not. I think we can all agree Kmart is harder to find than it used to be. And Brian, Target, exactly. Everyone knows that sometimes you just have to go to Target. Sometimes you just have to go to Target. And all right, who have we got here? Andre, Whitefront was a chain of discount department stores in California and the Western United States from 59 through the mid-70s. Let's see here. The stores were noted for areas served: California, Oregon, Washington. Industry, discount store, retail products, clothing, footwear, houseware, sports. I don't think we ever had one of those in the Puget Sound area. That doesn't mean we didn't. What it means is I don't remember it. But I also didn't leave Hawaii until 1970, like late 78. So if it was the mid 70s where it went bankrupt, then I wouldn't have seen it anyway. And yeah, Pecola tea, I'm just happy that See's Candy is still around too. Which, was there a See's Candy at the Tacoma Mall? Heck yes, there was a See's Candy at the Tacoma Mall. Yes, indeedy, there was. And Andre, Ben Franklin stores in Hawaii. Dude, seriously? Ben Franklin was one of my favorite stores when I was a kid. I don't even remember, like, if somebody asked me today, well, what kind of store was Ben Franklin? It's like, I don't really know. I don't really know. Like, they sold everything. They had toys, they had tools, they had, I mean, I don't even know what kind of store Ben Franklin was, but I loved it. And, Carl in Arkansas, good to see you. And yes, indeedy, Pussycat, it looks like we are running out of time for our Lono listening break. So, I'm sorry that we don't get to listen to Lono today. I mean, we've been listening to him the whole day, but we never get no break. But I promise on Sunday, we will have a Lono listening break. And Gina, your curiosity is killing you with the See's Candy. We might have to fix that. We might have to fix that for you. Because you can actually mail order See's Candy. And not only can you mail order it, I have mail ordered it. For my birthday, I decided I was going to get, I splurged on my birthday, you guys. I bought myself 2 pounds of See's Candy, custom mix boxes. I decided, you know what? It's my 50th birthday. If I want to eat that candy and try that candy and see what that candy tastes like, I want to put it in my box. And so I picked out every single flavor that I wanted. And as it turned out, I wanted 2 boxes worth. So I was like, well, I guess I'm getting 2 boxes then. And so I ordered the 2 boxes. It lasted me like less than a week. Shut up. It was my birthday. Lasted me less than a week. Oh. Shut up. It's my birthday. Oh, and it was delicious. And I have to say, there's these pineapple See's candies that are covered with dark chocolate that are quite possibly the best candy in the world. And I'm not normally one who thinks that chocolate and fruit are the best. Given my druthers, I would always choose a caramel chocolate thing. But I don't know what kind of candy crack they put in that flippin' flirpin' pineapple. But you guys, if you can handle pineapple and you ever go to a See's store, they got these pineapple candies and they're flippin' delicious. So I highly recommend that. And yes, Andre, I did do my own custom box. And that's mostly because Andre on more than one occasion actually has sent out custom boxes of See's to various and assorted people like Rick and Darlene. I actually got a box as well. And I didn't realize, honestly, I didn't need to know that you could pick your own. really didn't need to know that you could pick your own custom box. And once I found that out, well, yeah. Yeah. It had to happen. Okay, all right, you guys. It is 1 minute to the bottom of the hour, which means you have 31 minutes, not 31 flavors, 31 minutes to go grab some ice cream for the Daily Pigeon Live podcast. We've been missing James and Andy for the last 2 days, so hopefully today they will be well rested. We'll hear all about their show on Hawaii Island this last Saturday. And so I want to thank you all for coming here today, hanging out today, and chitter-chattering all of the ice cream and candy talk away. It is a beautiful, beautiful summer day, which is why we're talking about candy. Okay? All right, I didn't mean to rhyme like that, but it just happened. Oh, here's Andy. Awesome. All right, yes, we will see you in a bit with our ice cream on. Have yourself a great rest of the day, and, well, hopefully we'll see each other soon. All right, have a great one, y'all. Take care.